Welcome to Geeks Corner, the only show powered by the heart of a rolling droid. My name is Mr. DAPs.
I'm Haley.
I'm Melanie.
And I'm Cameron.
And you're number 3.
I'm so glad you said after Haley, because I thought 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I could tell there
Then
was
we
a little
could've just
bit of confusion going on there.
Nice.
Yes.
You got it.
I did
It was good?
We did it.
It was good. All right, well, talk about the whole Twitter thing, Cameron, because I think you're our new Twitter ambassador.
All right, you're going to take two intersecting lines perpendicular to each other, followed by Geeks
This just
Corner.
became a math test.
I know. Hashtag Geeks Corner on the Twitter. Make sure you use the hashtag Geeks Corner so we can see what you're saying, and we can reply to you live on air with the power of technology.
Try to.
All right, so we're
No
going to do something
heritage.
that's not on the script right now because I just decided, and it's going to be fun. I know, it's everybody's
Is
favorite,
it?
right? It is.
It's gonna be fun.
I think so. You can tell me afterwards if it was fun, and then we'll see if I'm right. So, could you go get our special guest for tonight?
Oh, yes.
Yes, and have her sit in your chair, please. And you can stand behind her awkwardly during this brief segment that you had no clue was happening.
Do you trust me?
No.
You should.
You should not.
Cameron, would you start singing, please?
Isn't she lovely?
Wrong song, the other one.
Want me to stand awkwardly behind?
Yes.
Happy
Birthday to you. Happy birthday
I'm going to tweet while you guys are singing.
Happy birthday, dear Laura. As you tweet for us. Happy birthday to you.
Hurry! I'm faster! I'm faster!
We had to hold the note until she finished.
Oh, that would have taken forever. I can't. So now you get to awkwardly
It's
open this
Princess
in front of all of our
Princess Frozen. I'm not even in the
people. That's okay.
There you are.
Just hide in the corner.
That's heavy.
That's so beautiful.
There's more in there.
Fancy.
Fancy. 5 minutes. Star Wars stories. I don't know what camera I'm going to do.
3, 1, 3,
Doesn't matter.
No.
and 2.5 minutes.
Yeah. Is it still a 5-minute story then?
Read 5 minutes in 10 seconds.
Don't break
Get
it.
text. Lots of BB-8 stuff. He can protect you from the sun. He can protect me from the sun.
From the
SPF
sun?
50. I
That's
don't know
so
how white
thoughtful.
you guys
Not
think
only
I
does
am,
he
but
save the galaxy,
thank you.
but he protects you from sunburn.
I'm gonna use this every day.
Please do.
I'm gonna use it right now.
Awesome. Happy birthday.
Guys.
You're welcome.
Happy
21, right?
I wish I was still 21. Do we go now? Okay.
Yeah, if you want to.
I mean, I don't know. Thanks for
Say
coming.
goodbye to the
Thank
internet.
you.
You want me to?
And you can,
No, you keep it.
No, you keep it. You
it's
keep
all
it.
yours. It's beautiful.
I'll keep it.
And you can tweet at Laura. She's on the Geeks Corner Twitter tonight because we do not have Roger, so we're missing him. But she's doing a great job. So was that fun, Haley?
Yeah.
Okay.
I get scared when you surprise me with things, so I didn't know what direction we were headed.
Yeah, I know, but I wouldn't make it too bad for you.
Okay.
There wasn't coffee or I warn you when it's gonna be bad.
Was there a
I
warning
give
about
you an
Bridget?
I didn't know
No.
that was coming though.
I think that was the worst thing.
I was
That was
not
I did not know that was coming. So
that was an awful choice.
that was almost as bad as the birthday cake.
If you don't understand these references, all episodes are available online at tapsmagic.com.
Yes. All right. So let's. Yeah, absolutely. So the Food and Wine Festival began this last weekend at Disney California Adventure. You can get food, you can get wine there if they still have it in stock.
Yeah.
And we got to walk around it on Sunday, and we saw Lynn Chen talk about her love of food and how fun it is to photograph food. And you can give a few of your thoughts just wandering around. We were going to get food, but they were out of everything we wanted.
They were. So yes, if you are planning
Very
on doing
disappointing.
food and wine, especially if you're coming on the weekends,
Show up early.
do it early. I think they're going to be a little bit better prepared with stock as the weeks continue of this. However, they do run out of things.
Just in case.
I believe Haley was just mentioning they had a chicken mac and cheese or something of the
What
sort.
do you think?
That was well, no, I didn't try it.
Oh,
but I'm
they
going
just had.
to.
That's your goal.
I went around and scoped everything out today because I was just like, I didn't know what the layout for anything was going to be, and that was the one thing where I'm like, I'm going to get that.
I keep hearing good things about that.
Speaking of layout, though, kind of on that main strip there's stuff on the side. It's smaller than it was the last time I visited.
It feels more compact, and I haven't decided if it's because they have everything close together or if it's because they don't have that giant stage as you're walking into DCA. Like, it just feels different. Yeah, maybe it's the lack of construction walls. I don't know. No, that was before construction walls. But I think it is. There's not a huge stage area like they had before, and it just feels smaller. And it could be a complete mistake. That book must be really good. 'Cause she just opened it and she's already
Show him Luke.
Yeah, come show us Luke.
Give the people what
That's
they want.
Which one?
the right one, middle. There you go.
That's so dark.
There you go.
Up, down, back, around.
Back
Get
and
really
to
close.
the
Bring
left.
it around.
Get really close.
Do the hokey
There you go.
pokey.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Good job. Star Wars is
Available
always
at
more
Target.
Yeah.
interesting
Star
than
Wars always
everything.
really got to support
Yes.
that little indie film.
Go ahead, Haley.
We can only make that
It's
joke so
your
many
reason.
times.
It's your fault that it's in the show tonight.
I know,
But-
I mentioned it like 7 times
Yes.
on our thing, and it's all my fault. But going back to Food and Wine, can I say what my favorite part is?
Yes.
How they covered up the Mad Tea Party stage.
Yes.
And how they, like, my favorite thing is just, like, there aren't that many fruits on the stage itself, or, like, any foods in general, but there's, like, one tomato up there.
There is?
There's just one tomato on the stage. And I'm like, yeah, that's it.
On the old Mad Tea Party stage.
On the old Mad Tea Party
You're
stage.
like, what was here before? All I can see is this tomato.
This tomato, and it's surrounded by plants, so you can't see, like, even though the like bottom part is generic, and because it's like a tablecloth.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they like covered it all with potted plants around it, and then
I've
just a
noticed
tomato
that
on the
part
top.
as well.
Nothing to see.
Nothing to see here, folks, and don't
That's
look at
fine.
the teapot in the corner.
They'll never know.
No, they did a decent job for, what was it, 2 days turnaround, 1 day turnaround?
Yeah.
We could have, yeah.
We
But
didn't need a giant tomato. I never thought like, oh yeah, that screams Food and Wine. But
You don't eat tomatoes with your wine.
grapes make.
yeah, grapes make more
A
sense. But
giant
they had
grape
like
would be
tomato,
awesome.
and there's a bunch of blue cheese.
I guess
everywhere.
it beats having a giant potato, even though I personally love that.
I like potatoes.
Yeah, potatoes are good.
Potato.
You know,
Tomato.
Let's just call the whole thing
I
out.
was once really good friends with the potato. We were spuds.
Stop it.
You should never have the producer say "stop it" from the back. That's always a bad thing.
Sorry.
This may or may not be a bad thing, but just yesterday, Tom Staggs announced that he was stepping down from his role as COO of the Walt Disney Company on May 5th. Is that the right day? Beginning of May.
Sure.
And he will be an advisor for a few more months to Bob Iger, and then he'll be out of the picture
Bobby Iger.
completely. What?
Bobby Eggs.
Bobby Iges? Is that what we're calling? That's a good way to get an interview
That's
with
his
him.
name on the street.
Little Bobber.
Does he drive a motorcycle too?
He
May
has to.
6th.
May 6th. I was a day off. I was close.
How dare you.
What are your thoughts on this? He was kind of the heir apparent to the Walt Disney Company CEO job, and obviously now he is not.
I'm sad and surprised.
I really liked him.
Yeah, I thought that he was excellent in chairman of parks. So maybe the transition, maybe he just wasn't as good
As we thought.
as he was hoping, and maybe parks was really his niche. And without being there, then maybe doesn't have the right tools.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
The thing I loved about him was the first event I saw him at. I loved how he approached the rank and file cast members and how there was this warmth going both ways. Because through the years, most executives, my experience has been, is when they walked up, everybody kind of stood at attention and made sure they weren't messing up and got very professional.
Yeah.
And they were actually coming up and smiling at him and shaking his hand and happy to see him. And now they'll probably still do the same because he'll be a guest and paying to come to Disneyland instead of getting paid. Do you have something to add, Cameron? I see you.
I'm just it was an interesting choice. I don't know the intricacies of it. I'm more curious what this means to the near leadership for Disney. What's going to happen as far as the...
Do you have a prediction?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Mickey Mouse takes back control.
Mickey Mouse for president.
This is my dream!
Wear some yellow shoes. You can dream it, you can do it.
Really though, I don't know who would... I mean...
Do you think this happened because Bob Iger's going to stick around longer?
I probably played into the decision.
I don't think so.
No?
So you think he's out next year? Is it next year or the year after?
He's got 2 years.
He's got 2 more years.
I don't. No,
2018.
that's not what I don't think that's why Tom Staggs would step out completely if Bob Iger is going to stay longer. I don't think that would contribute to Tom Staggs leaving the company completely. I could see him maybe wanting a different role if really the COO position was to groom him to be
The top dog.
the top dog, and that's not where he was going.
I bet he
then
failed the
maybe
barking test.
What's the barking test?
Being
To
able
get
be
the top
authoritative.
dog, you have to be the loudest
Oh.
barker and scare
Maybe.
people. I don't know. It just popped
Maybe.
into my head.
Maybe.
What'd you say?
It's like Rufio having
Yeah.
a crow.
Yeah,
Would!
it's like,
Hero.
that's 2 weeks in a row with a hook reference. Very good. That was from me last week.
Yeah.
Though, now that I think about
Props
it.
to you.
God, me.
50%. You did get a waka waka from Miss Bailey C for your new joke. So,
Yes. Speaking of which, acknowledging Miss Bailey C, I don't think I ever commented back, but I did get your resolution, which I will say on the air now.
Yeah, let's throw
I
it in
am to read a book every month, the first one being from my own collection, which I have, and the one I am reading through is actually a gift from Haley.
What is it?
Oh, yeah.
It is a New Hope written in a Shakespearean style.
Ooh.
That was a Christmas gift.
Where'd you find that?
Online.
Of course.
So that's the first one, and then after that I have to check out the book from the local library, which is good because I don't have a library card at the moment. Library.
The local library.
Local library.
Can you use the internet library?
I don't
'Cause-
know. Miss Bailey C, clarify. Internet library? I'm assuming probably not because I actually like physical books.
Well, no, because can't you like get books from the library via the internet now?
Yes.
I think the Anaheim library lets you.
Really?
Do that. Yeah.
They deliver it?
The
No, I
future.
don't know exactly how it works, but I know it's like
It
somehow.
comes out of the
delivered.
computer?
Yeah, it just
That would
makes a
be
noise.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have a new book right here.
Yeah, and there's the 5-minute Star Wars stories. Read
Yep.
the entire thing. That's next month.
How many minutes will it be?
So there's a new movie coming or being worked on that continues on the Snow White story in a way that it probably wasn't meant to ever continue. And well, it's taking a different Snow White and her sister Red Rose and combining it with the Snow White story from Disney. Yeah, that's right. So it's going to be this show or this movie called about Red Rose. I'm assuming the title's Red Rose or something. And
And so if
and
we're
Red
freaking-
Rose is going to now be inserted into the Snow White story. So when Snow White eats the apple, Red Rose, Grumpy, and the dwarves are going to go find the cure for the poison apple, which is presumably the prince.
And are they going to retroactively edit the Snow White original film to
I
include
sure
Red
hope
Rose? And also put in some tauntauns?
It'll be live
and-
action, by the way.
Okay. Oh, this actually is going to be...
This is the thing. I didn't make
Well,
this
I know
up.
you're not making it, but this is really going to be a live action...
Yeah, this is, and it's the guy that did Snow White and the Huntsman, who wrote it, is writing the script, and he also worked on, what is it, Genie's, the Aladdin
The prequel.
prequel, and then also Prince Charming movie.
Where do we go from here? Yellow Daffodils is going to be the long lost cousin that has to go find a
Oh, I thought you were
sport.
going to say this was going to be a sequel to Bambi.
No, but I like that better.
But Red Rose is an actual character.
Yeah, from
in
the Grimm's
Yeah.
fairy tale.
Yes. So they're
About-
not they're not just making up.
But that wasn't even the Snow White. Like, they're just...
It's a different Snow White. But they have the
They're
same
taking
name, so that's enough to
influences.
like... Is this a good idea? I mean, clearly...
I mean... They could take a lot of freedoms with this and actually make this into a compelling story, especially if...
But should they?
It worked for Once Upon a Time to take different views of...
Did it?
fairy
Because
tales.
I stopped watching.
I think it has enough of a following to say that it's been successful.
Yeah.
If they do something intriguing, taking the knowledge that people already have from a different perspective, it could be successful.
I want
However,
to know what Haley thinks.
Well, okay, I Sorry. I've read a lot of fairy tales, but I don't think I've read that one. Maybe
Okay.
I skipped it or something. But I'm still waiting for the Snow White where they do things other than the apple. And I know I've mentioned it on the show before,
Mhm.
so I don't know why they're doing
This one instead.
because it doesn't sound very
So
exciting.
what would you like to see them do with Snow White instead?
Do the whole story of Snow White.
Like, what is there a
Not
certain element
scissor.
you'd like to see, or just
I want to see the other things other than the apple.
Like the dance sequence from Robin Hood that they stole? Or
No, because it's not just the apple. The apple's the last thing that she uses to try and kill her. I want to see the other things that are done.
I don't even remember. It's been so,
So do you
long.
think-
Okay. It's a poison hair comb that she
Oh,
sells
you're
to
right.
her, and she brushes her hair and then like
Yeah.
dies. And then also like a corset tied too tight. I want to see
I do
all
remember
of
that.
these things happen and play out, and have her keep coming
so
back.
almost
and
kind
trying
of
to do
like
it.
a Maleficent movie?
I mean,
Like not Maleficent, but it'd be more of like going
Yeah.
into depth in the full
Yes.
story, as opposed to it being let's take this little tiny element and throw in a completely different story in.
yes. Like that would be better to like even if it was from like the queen's perspective more, but we saw all those things happen. As long as we don't have like the weird.
They could call it the
sympathy
girl who
for
wouldn't
it.
die.
I mean that's true.
I don't know.
Tried really hard.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
that would be cool to have it be like darker and go.
so
in
why don't
depth
you
with
pitch
all
this
that.
to Disney? And
I totally have the power to do that.
We're
so
doing
I'm
it
gonna
right now.
We are.
I mean,
Bobby
Bob
Iges.
Iger. Bob Iges.
Oh yeah.
Yep,
Just remember that's Haley the Hatter.
that's my legal name.
Yes, absolutely. As long as we're on a, I just realized like a lot of our news tonight is really not that happy.
no, it's the other
It'll-
dwarves.
Yeah.
That was better.
Rivers of Light is not lighting up in April like we thought it was going to be. We don't actually know when the rivers are going to be lighting
But
up.
are we surprised by this
No.
from actually seeing it? Because we went to Animal Kingdom and we're like,
We're sitting
it's
there
open
eating
next
lunch.
month?
Yeah, we're sitting there eating lunch. Like, I don't know how they're going to get that done in time, and I hope there's going to be more to it. But bless you
Bless you.
and happy birthday. And,
Bless your happy birthday.
You are blessed. You're here today.
so prediction: when do you think Rivers of Light will actually be open? They said there's going to be a new announcement in May.
I think it would be nice if they did it like before summer, because
So-
it's weird that
So you think end of May, beginning of June?
I would hope so, because it seems weird that they were like, you know what, let's do it like mid-April when like we're kind of past spring break.
My shot in the dark guess is the second weekend of June. How's that for
Maybe
precise?
they'll like secretly
All right.
be planning for summer starting, and then it like
like
won't actually
whenever
happen.
whenever their summer extravaganza starts, I think that's when it starts.
I'll raise you. I'm going to say June 8th. Put it on record.
Specifically.
Specifically.
Oh, I think you. Okay,
Do we want real dates?
sure, why not?
I don't know when's Memorial
Price is
Day.
Right rules. Closest without going past. Like, I want to make sure we're official with this.
Sure, why not?
Okay, cool.
Closest.
I'm
with,
gonna say-
somebody has to remember
Are you
this
going on
though.
the Wednesday?
I know that's
Yeah, I
what
was a
I'm
little
thinking.
bit.
You'd be surprised.
Food
would
and
be,
wine
actually.
just started on a Wednesday.
I'm gonna say
didn't
the
it?
9th.
You sure?
9th? Oh,
Yeah.
so, oh,
I'm
Price is
a-
Right rules. No.
That was a very evil laugh. I feel like
Anyway.
I'm gonna
He,
do.
he opened the rules to the game and I played it well.
I'm gonna do May 27th,
May 27th.
just so I get the whole weekend.
Okay, good.
It's reasonable. Well played.
I'm gonna say the first weekend in June. I don't have a.
So that'd
Way
be
to know what
Friday's the
that is.
3rd, Saturday's the 4th, Sunday's
Third.
the 5th.
Third.
Okay.
June 3rd.
Okay.
Denizens of the internet, tell us when we're right.
Miss Bailey C will be judging this and will tell us who is right.
Thank you.
Speaking of Miss Bailey,
Speaking of Miss Bailey C,
we have a tweet from her.
yes.
She says, yes, you can reserve books from your local library, and that counts. I do it at my local library. So
See?
yes, you can do it for your thing. If you need to.
Okay.
It's not like you still have to pick them up. You just reserve them.
Happy news. Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem will be playing live
All right.
up in San Francisco for Outside Lands. There's a very humorous but long infomercial about this that's online. It's also on dapsmagic.com. Check it out. We're not going to talk about it too much because
We have more depressing things.
we
to
have
talk
more
about.
depressing things. Thank you. Yeah, that's it.
More depressing, not pressing.
How about just pressing? More pressing things to talk about.
I don't think anything on our show is really like that pressing.
Wall of Geek is pressing.
Okay.
So important. Do you want to explain why we have that
It's a trap.
No, because I feel like I won't do it justice. I would rather you do it.
Cameron, would you like to explain the art?
The gentleman who played both Akbar and the other character.
I don't actually know how to say his last
Then
name.
Fortuna.
No, I meant the real guy's last name.
The
It's
gentleman who
Eric
played him.
Oh.
Bowersfeld, I think.
Yes, the man behind the voice of
Is that right, Tyler?
Akbar,
Yeah,
as well as
Bowersfeld.
many other characters, just passed away. I believe he's in his 90s, right?
93.
Yes. So another example of one of those characters that you may not know by face or by just appearance, but they've affected your life, and you have something. So, I mean, think about how many times you say "it's a trap" in reference to this. That's this guy. He was part of your life.
So here's the question. If he hadn't said it's a trap, would we be talking about Admiral Akbar today?
Probably not. I mean, think episode 6. I mean, he's only on screen for all of a minute and a half for the intro of the fight. He's the same thing that what was the lady's name in episode 4? That tells this how to do the attack. Anyway.
Oh.
Are you saying in 6?
Yeah. You know what? I'm confusing my movies. Not the point.
Okay.
The point is that he says he's an expositionary character, and there would be no point in remembering him other than that he's like a catfish in a spacesuit. But
He is.
May he rest in peace. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else have anything to say about Admiral Akbar? Voice of. Will he be back in the next movie, do you think?
Sorry.
Okay.
Move along.
I feel like he's probably going to show up in the background and just won't have any lines at this point.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
well, I
Or
doubt
do
that
they
he
get a
would-
voice actor?
I'll do it.
Okay.
All right, you can audition
Bobby
right now.
Ikes. We got a new movie and
Audition
a
right now, Tyler.
voice actor.
I don't try. I did it.
That's all he continues to say for the rest of it.
That's
Just running around the back.
They could
There's
just-
nothing
they could
going
I feel
just
like
on,
they
Admiral.
need you to say it again. They could probably take the original, but
We will do a shameless plug. This is courtesy of Haley the Hatter. Star Wars The Force Awakens is finally on Blu-ray today. You can get it in every form available. Blu-ray, DVD. People still buy those?
Laserdisc? Can I get it in Laserdisc?
No. I said every form available.
my
It's
dad
available.
buys DVDs.
Not on Star Wars.
Uh-huh.
My dad still buys DVDs.
Okay, so they do. They're still out. And then also...
That doesn't count.
and then also the digital download. And what's great about this is if you have BB-8, who's not up here. Where'd he go?
He's
Um,
over here.
oh, he's back there.
I always want
Drag him
him.
over.
So in theory,
I would have protected him.
You'll see him.
so in theory, are we ready for this, Mr. Producer?
We are so ready for
In
this.
theory, when you watch Star Wars, you can now watch it with BB-8. Just watch.
This will be gift to make things right. I have traveled too far, seen too much, to ignore the despair it brings. Without the Jedi, there can't be no balance in the Force.
You know we have a chance. General's been after this for a long time.
The General, to me, she's loyal.
I can't.
That's my homework.
So that was. Am I supposed to hit my desk?
That
What
was
is
me.
this? Oh,
I'm
okay.
holding a cookie.
Last week it was this. This week it's this.
I'm holding
We're
a
gonna
cookie.
come up with like a secret handshake.
Yeah, we're gonna have
Secret
a
signal.
secret
You
signal,
put them all
and that
together,
means
secret.
actually you're back on the air.
I mean,
Um,
SOS. Oh.
So that's BB-8 watching Star Wars: The Force Awakens, and from what Tyler says, it sounds like it's different each time. So it's not,
Or if it wasn't, it worked.
or he wasn't listening. The fish tank could have been loud. Who knows?
I might have been distracted. It's okay.
It's true. So let us know if you've watched Star Wars with your BB-8 unit, and you know you should also watch Geeks Corner with your BB-8 unit, right? I'm sure that will work, right?
Just confused staring into the abyss for the good 30 minutes. Just.
Well, isn't that what everybody else does?
Yeah,
it's
perfect.
I think we're fine. And you can check out our review of Star Wars: The Force Awakens on Blu-ray and digital download on DAPsMagic.com.
As well as the
there's our
tweet-along.
channels.
Yeah.
And talk about that real quick. We'll move over here.
We impromptu decided that in the fashion of some of the other tweet-alongs we've done, we tweeted along episode 7. We made some very funny comments, if I do say so myself. And
So funny.
So funny. But you can follow along some of our better thoughts with that on DAPsMagic.com.
Did you have a favorite?
A favorite of the comments?
The tweets, yeah.
There are some good ones. Nope. Find your own favorite. Tell me.
Good choice.
Okay. That's okay too, I guess.
Thank you.
All right. Now I think the camera's probably going to come over to me and we'll see if it actually worked. So we have to do things a little bit different tonight because there's more of us for the Wall of Geek than we normally have. But we still thought we would end tonight with a Wall of Geek and a shouting match, because if you can't all stand up here, then you can at least shout at me standing up here, right?
Agreed.
Okay.
And sit awkwardly
So,
in front of me.
yeah, that'd be good too.
Yeah.
I can just stand right behind you. That's
Do
fine.
you want BB-8 instead?
It's
Do you
like an
wanna hold
awkward
him?
family portrait right
An awkward family for yeah. Just don't pet him because that gets weird. So our theme tonight was secondary Star Wars characters. Is that correct?
Yes.
And in our first one, how do you say this, Cameron?
Weird conehead thing.
Bib Fortuna.
Thank you.
That's
Bib
his-
Fortuna. Say
That's
it
his
loudly
full name.
so they can hear you.
Fortuna Major.
He's the guy with the really long ear things
Oh, it
on his
ended up
head.
looking great with his red eyeballs.
Yeah, that's how you know who he is.
Yeah.
Is the red eyeballs. Can anybody quote him?
That's all you
now.
know.
There you go. All right. So is he geeky? Is he cool?
No.
He's
No,
not cool.
nothing.
Let's start
not,
there.
Not cool. So he's at the bottom.
He's
Yeah.
so weird.
He's
It's
like,
so true.
I would say like a third geeky because he kind of looks like some geeks I've known.
That's generous.
I don't even know if, like, for the cool rating, if he deserves to be pinned to the board. I feel like he kind of just needs
She's like
to be
propped
propped
up
at the
in
bottom.
Yes.
Propped
I
up
think
at the
that's-
bottom, like
But is he a little bit more
10% geeky.
A little. You gotta admit, like he's got the persona of
Because of his red eyes, or what?
He's a little geeky because I mean.
Because he has snake ears.
Because he's a
He's in
space
Star
alien.
Whoa!
Just
Not all
there.
geeks have snake ears. Can I go on record saying that not all geeks have snake
Not
ears?
all geeks.
Hashtag not all geeks.
I'm glad you got
I
that.
feel like that could be an entire show. Is hashtag not all geeks. All right, let's move on to the next one, who has her very own show now at Walt Disney World and Disney's Hollywood Studios. Who is it?
Captain
Phasma.
Phasma. Captain, you will respect her
Okay,
rank.
That's really cool,
He's
Tyler.
meh.
Thanks. Look at how technical we just got.
You said, oh.
Nothing happened here.
We have an unfit.
And you know what? It was behind. Oh,
Take
wait,
it
you
back,
can see it on
take it
both
back.
screens. So Captain Phasma. What do we think?
First of all, cool rating out the roof.
Yeah.
all
I
right?
think way cooler than geeky. Because, like, she's got a lot of merch going on for, like, no reason.
She is made out of
Yeah.
chrome. Like
So-
she took the best parts of a car and wore it.
Like, how many sentences does she say in the movie?
That aren't snarky and questioning.
No,
yeah.
just like in general.
Three,
Very
like
few
three-ish.
for the amount of
Three?
merch that she
Yeah.
has.
Yeah.
She's busy captaining. She has other important things to do.
But she looks like she came from the
Okay.
bumper of my grandpa's car.
I don't think that's cool enough, honestly.
But it uses the same magnet.
New magnet. Phasma
We
deserves
have
it.
so many.
Does she deserve that much
Get it.
coolness? She gets taken down by three
She
chumps.
is
No.
kind of-
And
Coolness
thrown
is
into a
not
dumpster.
Coolness is not the ability to not get captured. Okay, people get captured all the time. Right?
I think
Coolness
it's the
is how
whole
cool you
package.
look while doing it.
I'm sold
She
on it.
looked
Wait.
fantastic.
Hang on. Also, Cameron, you are the person who hates, absolutely hates, Boba Fett.
Yep.
And yet you're okay with Captain Phasma, who does less.
No. Phasma does so much more than Boba Fett because Boba Fett was a bounty hunter and he did not bounty hunt. Captain Phasma, on the other hand, was a captain and did a
Who got
great job
captured.
captaining. All right, she
Did
got
she-
captured, but she was
She
without
did such a
troops
great
at the
job
time.
that one of her people turned on her and actually was the reason.
Not one of her people, because she was not under his jurisdiction. She was part of the same mission outplan, but that was not part of her actual elite force.
Then why'd she tell him to report?
Because she was assigning him to her own group. She
Part
was
of her
taking
group.
him. Yes, but he never got there. He ran
That's
away.
how bad she was.
Ah!
What do you think, Kaylee?
This is incredible.
I think this is a lot. And
How cool do you think? Because I
And,
actually
like-
think my argument for if she's cool or not is exactly what you were saying with not geeky, is the amount of merchandise out there for her. Do you want a cookie?
Have a cookie.
Feel better. The amount of merchandise, I actually think, is a better indicator of her cool factor.
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Just the fact that she is set to be more popular.
Yeah.
But I mean,
The fact that she's really horrible as a commander and couldn't even make it through an
we don't
entire
judge people. Like we don't. How well they do their job isn't on the wall of geeks. That's not like a contributing factor. It's just cool and geeky, not if you're great.
What do they think on
Let's
Twitter?
refer-
Does anybody think on Twitter?
We have William Fonda say.
You know what? Yeah.
What's
Can
William
we
Fonda
can
say?
we
Hold
cite
on.
a reference here?
William
Yeah.
Fonda says Captain Phasma would have been cooler if she actually did anything.
Oh.
Hashtag still angry. Hold on. Hashtag still angry. Cool rating is 6 out of 10, but could go up in episode 8.
Okay.
See, the fact that there's still like
So
hope
you're
that she
saying we
could
can move
increase.
this card
We
in
have a
2
new hope
years.
for her.
Well, can I just point out too that she should logically be dead, so she's gonna be in episode 8, but she shouldn't be because she was trapped in a garbage can
And
in
another
an
thing.
exploding world. So
Go ahead, birthday girl.
Yeah, do we have a citation from?
She's not in the
Tony Stark.
5-minute Star Wars story. So.
Oh. She just went down.
Sorry.
But what about a geeky?
Well,
But you know what? That's only up probably until episode 7 anyway. So if we're giving her the hope for episode 8,
It goes until I don't know why they all look. This is the last page.
Oh, when they go into war.
Han's
Wait.
still alive.
Yeah.
if Han's still alive,
Well, they want it to be a kids
Clearly,
book.
this is not accurate.
It has to be. It's a kids book. So they want to
Bye.
keep
Spoil yes.
It's not a kid's book.
Spoilers.
It also has Earth Day, or not Earth Day,
Adult
Life Day in it too, right?
Does it reference Life Day?
All right, so for our final card of the night.
Left. There you go. Other way. There you go.
What is it?
Admiral Akbar.
Cool.
Less accurate.
What do we think?
Well, for the quotability and the amount that this guy has been referenced, geek through the roof.
Yeah.
That's.
Do we all agree on that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's incredibly geeky.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He's a geek.
He's wearing a
you're
spacesuit.
laughing at yourself for doing that.
He wears a spacesuit at all times without a helmet.
True. But does he
which-
ever go in space?
Well, he's in space at all times. But
I almost feel like he could go out into space without a helmet.
see,
I wonder.
I
'Cause I
wonder
feel
that
like
too.
he could be a space fish.
But here's the thing: if he is walking around with a spacesuit without a space helmet because he's too cool to wear it,
No.
I mean that's
So we thinking he's cool?
cool and geeky.
I don't know what's
think.
going on over there. Cool and geeky. How cool though? Like I think he's incredibly geeky.
oh yeah.
I'd say 75% cool, but like
Is he-
off the charts geeky.
William Fonda says he's 1 million out of 10
on the cool side.
scale.
On the cool scale.
Yeah, I think that's pretty
Is that
accurate.
fair?
That's pretty
You
accurate.
think fair?
Fair.
100,000.
Everybody think that's fair?
Where is
I'm gonna stand awkwardly behind Melanie until I get approval.
Yes.
I mean, no one answers, so it has to be awkward.
I'm hidden by my
Going back to
different
Phasma.
version of myself.
No,
Going
I
back-
didn't realize
we
we were
might-
done with
We
Phasma.
didn't actually talk about
Oh, I got tired of it, so I just put her out.
Sorry.
Anyway, I believe went over on time. I don't even know anymore. We had a weird night tonight, but I think we will have to revisit Captain Phasma in a future episode because that was just entirely too good. And in that episode, we will definitely pit Captain Phasma against Boba Fett, and it will be
Phasma hands down.
it will
but
be
not
an
the point.
awesome conversation, I'm sure, and we look forward to it. But that's all the time we have for you tonight, so we'll see you around the corner.
Bye.